Hey, everybody. How you doing? Good. All right, so I'm not going to look at them because there's no way I'll get through it if I do. So, first of all, thank you all for coming today. Do appreciate it. And I also want to thank Sam and Daniel for throwing a hell of a party that we're going to have any minute now. Now, mine is 3 pages, but it's double-spaced and 18-point font, so it should be okay. And everybody, since this is a blessing, and I believe we can all agree that prayer is super powerful. And the more people that are praying, the better. So for those of you that want to put this on video and Facebook Live and Insta Chat and Snapgram and whatever you millennials call it, go ahead, feel free. I'll give you a second here. By the way, this is a combo blessing and a little bit of a toast. It includes 3 B's. Grab your Bible for the blessing, a beer for the toast. You better bow your heads unless you're okay watching a grown man cry. So here we go. I'm calling this Moments in Time. So hashtag Moments in Time. Although there are literally thousands of moments in the past that led us all here today, I only want to talk to you about a few of them. These are the divine moments that really, really stick in my heart. You know, we all know that God is with us always, but sometimes, just sometimes, He brings in reinforcements. So make sure that we're paying attention. You know, to give us a little bit of nudge in His direction. The first one came on January 21st, 1989, 3 years before Sam was born. There was no one in this room that was there at that time. I was sitting alone in a venue a lot like today, and I was dressed much like I am today at a good friend's wedding. And a friend of mine sat down at the table to talk to me. However, when I close my eyes now, bring that moment back in time, I look across that banquet table and I don't see my friend's face anymore. She is surrounded by this light telling me about this wonderful girl who had a great personality. And I said yes to a blind date. 3 weeks later, when I met that girl who had a heck of a lot more than a blind date or a good personality, I leaned over to my buddy and I pointed at my future bride and I whispered, "Is that one mine?" Fast forward a few years, almost 3 years to the day. It's January 20th, 4:22 p.m. in 1992, and I'm dressed now in a hospital gown. And I'm standing at the end of this hallway, and I know there are people around me and other people running about. And now when I look back and I close my eyes, I don't see anything. I don't see the doctor's face, but I see this light coming at me. And this carrying this beautiful baby bundle of joy. And the first thing out of my mouth, again, was, "That one's mine." And I took her in my arms. And as I sit back and I think about that moment in time and I reflect on that, I realize that those are really not my words. Some would say, from God's lips to my ears. And I was simply saying what God was whispering to me. That one's mine. And with that whisper and that breath, I was filled with unconditional love. God had empowered me to be a husband and a father. Now we are gathered here today at yet another moment in time. And in my heart, and I think in all your hearts, when we think back on this day, we're going to see another light. And it's a light behind Sam and Daniel, as well above this venue, blessing them, our dinner, and our lives. As we raise our glasses in this toast, in this blessing, I ask all of you to think back for a moment that may have contributed to this happiness today. And I also ask that you make a solemn promise to God that if He ever calls you to be the light in their lives, that you do so. Now together, we ask God to bless Sam and Daniel, this dinner, and this very, very special moment. And remember, what you promised me for that very moment in time, that one is mine. Amen. 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 Woo! Woo! Woo!